So the last test drive went perfectly and I didn't find any issues. And the strut brace that I installed made the car handle a lot better. There's pretty much no body roll when you're going around a turn, so that's pretty awesome. In this video I'm going to be doing some body work and I'm going to weld on one last panel. It's non-structural, that's why I test drove the car in the last episode. But before I do that, I need to grind off the excess metal from all the plug welds I did in the last episode. I have to be really careful when I'm grinding down the plug welds because the metal on the car is only 1 millimeter thick, and so it'd be really easy to grind right through the panel. Now I'm drilling holes in the new piece for every plug weld that I'm going to do. And I'm cleaning off the paint near the plug weld holes just so the paint doesn't interfere when I'm welding. I cut the new piece first, and then I drew a cut line at the edge of the new panel on the A-pillar. I didn't clamp the panel down when I drew the cut line at the bottom, so that's why there's a gap there. I also should have welded on a backing plate, but I didn't know about that at the time, so next time. It turned out really well. The panels line up perfectly, and I realized you can't get it perfect when you weld it because the heat shrinks the metal, and so it kind of pulls it down. So you do have to put some sort of body filler over it. So I'm gonna put the door on just to check if all the gaps are correct. Alright, this final panel is all welded on. Down here, you can see kind of just how straight across these two panels meet up, which is nice. It aligns pretty well, but near the back it does sink in down here a little more, and that's because I didn't line up the panels well enough, which kind of sucks. Oh well. A little bit of body filler and that'll be fine. It's good to be moving forward, and I can work on making it look really good with the paint and body filler. But first I gotta grind all these spot welds off. bought a few PDR tools, so I wanted to test them out and try to pull out those dents, but it didn't work. I know I don't have the right glue, and I probably don't have the right equipment to even pull out the dents, so I just went back to what I can do, and that's stud weld pulling. There were a few dents that I needed to fill in. One was at the bottom of the quarter panel, and it was a pretty large dent, but it wasn't pushed in very far, so it was kind of hard to tell. And when I took off the side scoop, I noticed that that dent went into the side scoop area, but you didn't see it because the side scoop covered it. And then at the top, the metal wasn't really like 90 degree at the edge where the door is. And so it kind of just rolled over itself almost, and it made the gap with the door look kind of weird. So that's what I was doing, and it took a while. It took more than a day to get everything looking right again. And it was difficult mostly because of that scoop area where it's really not like flat and you can hardly fit a block in there. So there was a lot of hand sanding, and I don't know, I learned a lot about sanding, I guess. I've got a tiny bit more work to do over here, and there's still more work to do on the inside, but it's almost ready to primer. And then of course there were all those dents on the inside of the door jamb, so there were a lot of dents in that area. That's it for this episode. In the next, I'll be spraying primer surfacer and getting everything ready for base coat. So definitely stay tuned. I'm releasing that episode tomorrow, so subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching.